Everyone is waving. Nice. Waving in the morning. So, good morning everyone, or good afternoon, or good night. I see some people from Poland. It's midnight there. In the States, probably about afternoon, I guess. Here is 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm still very sleepy. And we have 11th day of ZenDo Tokyo today, so I'm happy that you are still with us doing this marathon. And in Japan we have a second wave of, not of coronavirus, but second wave of summer heat. So every day it's around 35 or 36 degrees. So buildings are melting, girls are melting, boys are melting, everything is melting. Like in Sufi poet Rumi, who says, "Be like melting snow, wash yourself of yourself." So this is a good chance to wash ourselves of ourselves. And I was staying here in this hotel because I came here yesterday in the evening, so I stayed here to get up in the morning to avoid rush hour and crowded train early in the morning today. And I was just thinking that every time when you go to the hotel and you stay in a hotel, so you open the door, you have a nice room, you have this white sheet, and you have the toothbrush, and you have the towels, and you have slippers. But has it ever dawned on you, or have you ever thought about that? Who was sleeping in this bed last night? What were people doing there on this bed? Who was touching this remote controller? We never think about it, yeah? Who was using the restroom and things like that? We just, calm down, and as I did yesterday, I put on some pink pajama or something, and then I just lie down on the bed, and it's so comfortable. Everything is white, everything is ironed, and the thought of like what happened maybe someone died there. I don't know. We don't know. But at the same time, for example, the same situation happens when you are on the train. Like here, I live like 30 minutes away from the center of Tokyo, so sometimes I go from my place to Tokyo, I have to take a train. But when you are on the train, you don't, when you get on the train, you don't go to the first wagon and you sort of knock on the door, knock on the window, and you say, "Oh, is the train going to Tokyo? What am I going to sit here? Is it really going to Tokyo?" You just sit down and you relax. You can trust completely the train in the same way as you trust the bed. And the same happens when you lie down in your bed at night. When you lie down on your bed at night, you don't try to grip to the bed. You don't try to fasten your seat belts to the bed and say, "Oh, maybe I'm going to fall off. Oh, maybe I'm not going. Maybe I will not get up. Maybe there is a hole, or maybe there is some dead man lying under my bed." You don't. You completely surrender. You can imagine. You can recall this beautiful moment, the last moment before you fall asleep. You forget about all your quarrels with your wife or husband. You forget about your boss. You forget about your dog. You forget about your kids hungry and running around the house. You just fall down and say, "Oh, I'm going to sleep, and this is me and my bed." But when it comes to the practice of Zazen, no way. What should I do with my legs? What should I do with my mind? What should I do with my hands? What about this guy sitting here next to me and snoring all the time? Oh, I don't like this place. It's too hot. It's like that. Is it going to help me? Am I going to solve all my problems sitting in Zazen? Or maybe it's not. Maybe I should try different practice. It's so difficult to surrender to our practice. So at the same time, when we can trust and we can surrender to what is, even the air that we breathe, when you think about it, well, nowadays many people wear masks, so maybe the trust is gone. Actually, it's a very, very sad thing. They make us wear masks, so because there is some virus in the air or something, so you have to wear a mask all the time. But basically, if you don't, you trust the air that you breathe in and the air that you breathe out. You don't think that there is some sort of bacteria coming to your throat. If probably you would be like you wouldn't be a Buddhist, you would be a Jainist, because you wouldn't even move from one place. You would stand in place and not move at all. So this trust and surrender, it's all, we can call it faith. It's all the time in our life, but when it comes to our practice, it's so difficult, and we cannot. Why? I don't know why, but it's kind of strange. So yesterday I was thinking, like, you know, when you lie down on the bed in a hotel, you don't even think about what happened there, who was sleeping there the previous night and things like that. You just completely surrender and so happy. But when it comes to practice, and you have exactly the same instructions, sit straight and just breathe. But no, the mind says no, I need to do something. I need to go here and there. I need to go here and there. It's all the time like that. So this aspect of surrender is so difficult when it comes to the practice of meditation. And then surrender, what I mean by surrender is like, for example, you can imagine a battlefield. When you have a battlefield and you have a ceasefire, drop your guns or put up your guns. You put up your guns, you surrender completely, you lost. You lost. You cannot have any weapon, you cannot have any wife, knife, sorry. You cannot have a knife, you cannot have a weapon, you are disarmed, you are lost, you're completely lost. You have the army with generals sticking their weapons at you and you say, put down your arms. Okay, I'm lost. You cannot say, excuse me, so before I surrender, I would like to have one more shot. You cannot say like that. You're completely lost. There is a very famous fairy tale by Miyazawa Kenji, who is one of the most famous and the most beloved poet and writers in Japan. He died when he was like 37 or something. And then in one of his fairy tales, which is entitled The Wild Cat and the Acorns. The Wild Cat and the Acorns. This is a very nice reconstruction or showing how ego works in a form of a fairy tale. And then I'm not going to tell you what the fairy tale is about, but there's this one phrase in the beginning when the guy whose name is Ichiro, his name is Ichiro, and he gets a postcard from a wild cat. So he goes to the post box, he gets a postcard, and there is the short message from the wild cat. And then he says, oh, please come to the forest because we are going to have a court here, so I would like you to help me, but please bring no weapons. Please bring no weapons. Please come to the forest completely without your weapons. And this is the thing, how we should approach our practice of Zazen. Please don't bring in any weapons. We have to lose completely. In the same way, when we have Olympics now, so we run, we swim, people dance, whatever, do different kind of things, but the purpose is to win. But in Zazen, we lose. In meditation, we lose. We are losers. I am loser, you are losers. I mean, don't go out, don't go away. But this is what we are supposed to be in our practice. We should lose everything. In the same way as you go to the airport and you have the security check and you have the gate. So when you have a knife or beep, 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 you will not go through. When you have a weapon, of course, you will not go through. When you have a baseball, you will not go through. Even if you have a wedding ring, you will not go through because it starts to peep. Even if you swallow your wedding ring because you love your wife so much, it starts to peep in your stomach or something. They will send you to the restroom, maybe, I don't know. So you cannot go through the gate when you are armed, we could say. You have to lose yourself. You have to lose your wedding ring, you have to lose your iPhone, you have to lose your whatever you have, watch and things at the airport. And in the Zen tradition, we say the same thing, the airport gate, the security check, but we say the meditation or Zen meditation or Zazen is the gate to joy and peace. But there is one condition. As the poet Rumi says, you have to first wash yourself of yourself. Don't bring your weapon to the meditation. Like the wild cat wrote in the on the postcard to Ichiro, as I said now. Please don't bring your weapons. When you bring your weapon, you can have your drama, you can have your comedy, you can have your romance, you can have your tragedy, different kind of things. But without weapons, you lose. And losing is the most difficult for us. Nobody wants to lose. In the Olympics, people cry when they lose. Some people cry when they win, but most people cry when they lose. And we also, it's a natural thing. Nobody wants to lose. But as the ancient poet said, what is lost to the ego is the joy to the spirit. So we are losers. We should be losers. We have to lose everything what we have. And then we can practice. And then our practice is easier. Then our practice becomes the gate or the realm of joy and peace. Otherwise, it's still going on the shooting all around with your weapons. So to say it in a more cruel way, we should say, as Rumi said, wash yourself of yourself. We should say, shoot yourself. All right. When you meditate, you have to shoot yourself. Don't get me wrong, but it's true. If we don't shoot ourselves, if we don't lose ourselves completely, we still have the same battlefield as we have every day. We bring the daily battlefield in our practice of meditation. So we are losers. I'm sorry. This is the 11th day of our Tokyo Marathon, and we already lost. Sorry. You know, we can run, but still we have to lose. We already lost. So this is what I thought when I was lying in bed on a very clean bed with sheets and on a nice comfortable pillow looking at the ceiling yesterday evening. But don't go away, please. Stay for a while with us and stick to us so we can practice together. So before we sit, I will explain a little bit what posture to take, and the posture will allow us to surrender and to trust what is, so that practice will be easier, more joyful, and we can enjoy what is going on. So please sit straight. Make sure that your spine is straight. If you're sitting in a formal position, so as I said, please, you can sit with one of your leg in a half lotus position, or you can put both of your legs in a full lotus position. You can say in a Japanese style, which is called seiza too. If you sit on a sofa, maybe, so make sure that your spine is straight, you don't sort of collapse. And then in the same way as you surrender every evening to your bed, and you completely lose everything when you go to sleep. Even if you sleep with someone else and you grab him or her, when you fall asleep, you release, yeah, and she goes away or he goes away. You lost her. If it's your dog, your wife, your iPhone, whatever it is, you just lose it the moment when you go to sleep. So in the same way, when you sit in meditation, try to bring in this feeling and see how much you can surrender to the present moment, to what you are now. Do you have any expectations? You still want to win? Or you know that you already lost, and how do you feel with that? How do you feel when you lost? You lost the game. And you can put your hands on your knees, on your lap, left hand or your right hand, and touch your thumbs together, not too much. I still need to win, but I already lost. So delicately touch your thumbs together, and make sure that you don't lose this mudra, this hand position. So when you fall asleep, it goes like that, and after some time, maybe it will happen to me because it's in the morning, so I will fall asleep. So forgive me, but please make sure that when you have this mudra, it keeps you in the place. So you know that you're still on the right way. Otherwise, it's you are somewhere else. So then you come back, and then again you're somewhere else, and then again you come back. If it's uncomfortable for you, you can keep it also like that, or you can keep it like that. It doesn't matter. But don't close your eyes. And breathe through the nose. So let's start, and let's try to sit for a couple of minutes together. right? You're still there, okay. So as far as YouTube, this is it for YouTube. Thank you for joining, and the next washing session, ego washing session, will take place on Monday at 7 p.m. Japanese time. Please feel free to share the silence with us, and don't forget to click the anket and fill it in if you want to leave some comments and questions. And I leave you here, sayonara, and I'm switching to Zoom breakfast on Zoom with some of the guys here. Thank you very much.